Yes, I'm back. I know I took a very, very, very long break and things have been very, very hectic. So I just wanted to get back because my last update was in November and you may be looking at your screen right now going, why the heck is like my head twitching? Why do I have a stupid smile on my face and why does it look like I'm not moving? Well, the thing is, that's not me. Well, it was. But you may remember in my last video that I was talking about doing something for November with prostate cancer awareness and all that kind of stuff. Well, that was me November 28th, the day I went to work. This was me November 28th after work. And shortly after that, this again was me November 28th. I was able to raise $885 out of my $1,000 goal, and because of that, I shaved off the 24 inches of hair I had to make wigs for cancer patients, and that's what I turned into. And then, of course, I've been keeping a catalog of how my hair's been coming in, so that was month 1. That was after 2 months, so that would be about January 28th. This would be February. We have March, April, May, and of course, June. We are now at the beginning of July, and now we're finally back to me. Way! Hi! Sorry, things have been very, very hectic, and I have not been able to get back to you. As soon as I did that video, it's like, oh my gosh, things are crazy. Shortly after that, I found out I was going to be getting time off to go home to see my family for Christmas. So I was a little bit cautious in making a video go, oh, I can't give away any secrets. I can't give away anything. And then December started to come along, and we had nothing but Christmas contests going on. And then I went home for Christmas. Surprised the heck out of a lot of people. One of the best reactions came from an old friend of the family, and like there's no point in my life where I can remember her not being in that point in my life. So I was able to surprise her for brunch, and she was freaking out the whole entire time, and literally while she's trying to cook, she's like, God, you're making me shake. It's like, yay, I surprised people. So I did that over and over and over again. One of the best reactions I did get was from her just, shut up. Shut up. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, hi. And then there was when I went to go see like my family for Christmas, or it was actually Christmas Eve. That was fantastic. My aunts and uncles and cousins were there. I walked in and my aunt just literally was shaking. She's like, Stephanie! I was like, hi! And I got hugs left, right, and center. Everyone was so surprised to see me because at that point in time, this was kind of my hair situation, so didn't have much. And as a better representation, the person that I was shaving my head for, that I was raising the money for, was this lovely gentleman right here. That is my uncle. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer and kidney cancer. And he was diagnosed with that, and then I moved up here, so I wanted to support him. But that was us on Christmas Eve with the little amount of hair. I have lots of hair now. I have lots of hair. Lots of hair. There we go. Yeah, my hair is kind of meldable, so just kind of shake it and get on with the day. But been having a lot of fun. So that basically covers November and December. January, we kicked off a new year, and it was, okay, now we gotta get frantic, because in November, we switched over from being 610 CHTM on the AM dial to 102.9 CHTM on the FM dial. So there was that big transition that was also taking place throughout November, December, and January. February came. That was a very, very busy month, because not only is it my parents' anniversary throughout that month, but it's also my mother's birthday. So we were running around like chickens with our heads cut off. Well, personally, myself. Then there was all the madness going on throughout March with a whole bunch of stuff going on at the station. And then May came along, or I'm forgetting my months, February, March, April. Yeah, April came along. And April was actually a really, really quiet month. I was just super busy with all these little teeny tiny things, getting the last little bit of things straightened out. And then May came along. And in May is where a atomic bomb came and hit my life and blew everything up. And the reason why I say that is because May was a very, very hard month for me. May 5th, I had to say goodbye to, and I'm already getting teary. May, I had to say goodbye to a very, very dear friend of mine. I had known him since he was 4 months. That's when he started living with me. And on May 5th of this year, he had passed away. And that is my little angel Boomer. He was hatched December 3rd, 2004, and passed away May 5th, 2014. The hardest thing for me was that weekend was the weekend of a big event that was being put on by the station here in Thompson. So I was running around trying to get everything done for that, and I ended up being neglectful towards him. I was not taking care of him as much as I should have been. I was more concentrated with the trade show that was going on. And the day after the trade show, I was getting up, getting ready for work, and I saw him on the bottom of his cage. I thought nothing of it because he normally will knock seed out of his food dish and then will go down to eat it. And when I went to go say goodbye, he didn't make a fuss I was leaving, which he always does. So I went to go see him, and he was laying on the bottom of his cage and he couldn't move. He was alive, he was breathing, he was trying to fall asleep, which I didn't let him because I knew if he fell asleep he wasn't going to wake up. And so I'm holding him, trying to keep him warm, trying to give him food, trying to give him water, trying to make him come back to life magically. And I took him to the vet. That was about 8 o'clock in the morning. At 10:06, he had passed away. And I had to go back to the vet. And I picked him up. I brought him home. And I coddled him and I cuddled him. And I was petting him for hours, just hoping that if he was in my arms long enough, he would just wake up. And that day has been a huge nightmare for me since then. And like I said, I'm crying and making a fuss. A lot of people go, well, it's just a bird. I got that bird when I turned 10. I turned 10 in June. He hatched December. 4 months after he hatched, he was living with me. And then 9.5 years later, after he hatched, I had to say goodbye in a very horrific way. And according to the vet, he had been sick for a long time because I was feeding him. I was giving him water and food. I admit, the weekend before, I wasn't cuddling him. I wasn't doing stuff because I was busy with work. And every day, it's my biggest regret that I wasn't there with him. That I left him at the vet because I was so scared about being late for work. And then he passed away. So it's the hardest thing for me because that's my baby. He's my best friend. He is the one person that if I was having a bad day, I could come home and talk to. If I wasn't feeling well, he would know and he would come cuddle with me. If I was upset or if I was like this, you bet he'd be on his shoulder snuggling me so hard that I would have to giggle. He's my best friend, and he always will be. He passed away May 5th, and throughout the whole entire month of May, my life fell apart. From me moving up here in October until he passed away, I was able to lose 40 pounds. The moment he passed away, my weight shot right up, and it was not a healthy gain. And so I'm in the process of trying to lose that now, but losing him made my world fall apart. and I'm trying to get back on my feet right now. I've been trying to get out, and with that, I have a lot of thank yous to give out because certain people on YouTube, I was binge watching them, and I was doing it to make me feel better, to get myself that energy and that spark that I had when he was here, so I could go out and do things and have fun and still be me. And so, big thank yous go out to PewDiePie for making me laugh, to Chugga Conroy for always having some great commentary, even though when Animal Crossing died, it was like, oh my gosh, what do we do? But a big thank you again to Chugga Conroy, to Stephen Plays. I was watching Grand Theft Auto 5 and Skyrim and everything. I cried when Skyrim died, but it was over I think it was 283 episodes, so it had a long life. And of course, Trey Melvin with This Is a Commentary for making me laugh and making me look at stereotypes and go, oh, I know people that act like this all the time. And then one thank you I have to admit goes out to Matthew Santoro. I was watching a lot of his videos, a lot of them lately, and there have been stuff that has just been inspirational, stuff that has given me a new life, stuff that has been making me feel energized, been perking up my brain, been making me want to go out and do things. And in the description, I will have links to their YouTube pages. I highly recommend subscribing if you are not already, and checking them out at least. At the very least, check them out because there are so many fantastic guys, and they do a lot of crazy stuff that just, it helped. It helped with my healing process for me to get back into the focus that I'm doing. And now I'm getting out and about, and we're already in July, with July being a very hectic month already because July 1st was Canada Day, and I was hosting the Canada Day events, which basically put me up at 4 a.m., and I crawled into bed some point after midnight, so it was a very, very long day, and then needless to say, I had to get up at 7 a.m. the next day to go to work, so it was crazy. I do have photos and all that kind of stuff posted up on my Facebook page. Again, links to those are in the description. You can check out my Facebook page. I update that pretty much every day. You'll be seeing more updates with the big head shave thing, considering that I went from having all my hair that came down to this, and now I'm at this, so it's just going to be moving on. I also have photos of there posted and videos of Boomer, kind of as a little bit of a memorial to him, and here I go again. But that's basically my update for now. Things are going to get really hectic with work right now. We have the $1 Million Hole-in-One coming up. Not this week, but next week. So hopefully I'll be able to do an update on Sunday and kind of fill you in on everything that's going on then. So I'll talk to you then. And I want to thank my very few subscribers, because I know I'm no one famous, but I want to thank them for sticking with me. I know I had a few subscribers that, of course, unsubscribed with me being gone, but I will be back, and I am trying to get back and get everything rolling again. So thank you guys so much, and a big thank you to PewDiePie, Chugga Conroy, Stephen Plays, This Is a Commentary, aka Trey Melvin, as well as Matthew Santoro. You guys helped me out a lot, and I, again, recommend them. Links will be in the description, and I'll have another update coming up next week. Bye, guys.